In this video, I'll show you how to do a Facebook 3D photo using Affinity Photo and Depth Cam, an iOS app. Depth mapping allows you to define which elements in a photo is close to the viewer and which elements are further from the viewer's perspective. This is how you make a Facebook 3D photo. This is a photo that I shot in my studio for a kids fashion line. What I usually do is I'll define which areas are going to be closer to the viewer, which is the focal point. In this case, it'll be the kids, and which elements are going to be in the background, so that when you move your phone or when you scroll up or down in your browser or move your mouse, you'll see this effect happening. So with this photo that I've chosen, you can see that at the front, there are already some elements which is already out of focus, which helps a lot, because the elements that are supposed to be closer to the viewer and the focal point, and the elements that are a little bit out of focus in the background, they've already been defined. Bear in mind that what I'm about to show you is actually a very basic way of doing it. You can approach this in different ways. So depth mapping, how it works is you specify which elements and you apply a specific grayscale tone to it. So the darker it is, the closer the element is to the front. The lighter it is, the further it is from the viewer. So, and the scale is from 0 to 100. Typically, I try to keep it around the 50 to 60 range because it's a little bit easier for me to see which is which. So now that we've defined what's in the foreground, what's the focal point, and what's in the background, I'll make a start and select the foreground. So let's get started. Now you can choose to use the quick select tool, but the edges do have to be pretty clean, or clean enough. If you're off by just a little bit, or even when you do a refine mask and Affinity itself doesn't quite make a clean enough mask, then there will be issues when you actually get around to doing the depth mapping. So now that I've defined this foreground area, I'll just color that in with 48% gray. Another advantage of using curves is if the edge is, or if one of the points is slightly off, I can just readjust it. Now we can move on to the actual focal point, which is basically these girls sitting there waiting to enjoy the cake. Now with a focal point, you can do something a little bit more sophisticated than I will be in this tutorial, because I want to try to cover this very quickly. You can try to doing a depth map and contour their face. What I usually do for hair is I would just select the general shape of the hairstyle. Loose strands that get left behind, it doesn't really matter, because this is not for print. And usually for stray hairs, more often than not, with Facebook's compression, you won't see it. So when you move around, those loose strands actually just disappear. As you can see, with the girl on the right, and actually in between the girls as well, you'll see there's a little bit of a gap. That white space there, that's actually part of the background. So because we're using Affinity Photo for this, there's no way to subtract curves. I would select that area using a separate curve and color it the same gray as the background. Now this background's easy to keep the flowers itself and the white background on the same plane. I would just color that in the one color. So back to what I said before about contouring the girl's facial features. So to do the nose, create a selection and then use a gradient, because so the nose itself would be slightly closer than the rest of the face. So what we can do is we can define the nose to be slightly darker than the rest of the face. Now that all these elements have been defined, what we can do is apply a Gaussian blur to it so that the transition between edge to edge is a little bit smoother. For this example, I'll just use between 3 to 5 pixels for the Gaussian blur. So once all that's done, you can export the image as a JPEG. Because we're going to be transferring this image into the Depth Cam app, we can keep the compression at 100%. And here I've specified 1600 pixels wide because again, it's going to be for a small screen, it's not for print. The naming convention, keep it something obvious. So the simplest thing it would be your image name -DM. Now export your image again without the depth map. So your original image, make sure it's the same resolution as the depth map itself. Now to transfer the images that you've created over to your iPhone, you can either choose to use iTunes or even just upload the two images separately to a Google Drive or Dropbox. In this case, I'll just transfer it using iTunes. When I go into iTunes, I can just click on my iPhone and go down to file sharing and choose whichever app is there to do my file transfers. So then go into Finder, get the two files, drag it and drop it over. Now on the phone, head over to the Files app and then save that over to your camera roll. DepthCam is the app that we'll use to create these Facebook 3D photos. Currently, it only works for iOS 12. If you haven't upgraded to iOS 12, unfortunately, you will have to do this. You will not see the app at all in the App Store. Import the photos and then it'll show it on screen. Now tap on Import Depth Map and you can select the depth map that you created. Currently, there's an issue with images with an aspect ratio of 3:2 or 2:3. The images themselves get distorted. To prevent this distortion, what we'll need to do is use the crop function in the DepthCam app. Now that that's done, we can hit export and save as a Facebook 3D photo. Now head over into the Facebook app. Now you can post your 3D photo. So hit your status update area and scroll down to 3D photo. Now Facebook will check the image and give you a preview. As you can see, the nose area that I defined before, it just doesn't look very good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head back into Affinity Photo and just get rid of that area, re-export the depth map and transfer the image back to my phone and just repeat all those steps to update the Facebook 3D photo. Now that the nose is no longer defined, you can see that the effect itself looks much nicer. From the foreground to the girls to the background, you can see the defined areas and you can see the effect itself looks so much nicer than before. Okay, that's it. I hope that walkthrough helps all of you. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line using the details below. Thanks. Bye.